Welcome back. The perfect Thanksgiving meal, that is a goal that's not always easy to achieve. But today, we're learning how to pair our courses with our drinks. Dave Kuiawa from PA Fine Wine and Good Spirits is here. And Dave, this is really a fun way to get ready for Thanksgiving.
It is. You know, David, we're 3 weeks out from Thanksgiving today.
Oh my
3
gosh.
weeks, and there's so much pressure on the host to put together the perfect meal. So I'm going to allow you to cross something off your list by making wine pairings quite easy. So
okay, good.
Let's start with
ready.
appetizers.
Yes.
So appetizers, nothing says come on in, sit down, let's celebrate and prepare yourself for a meal like a dry, crisp, sparkling wine.
All right, so that's what you want it to be. You want it to be dry, not so sweet.
That's correct.
Okay.
So the perfect aperitif is something like this PERRIER JOUET. This is their Grand Brut champagne. So this comes from the Champagne region of France, and the beautiful acidity and the bubbles start to prepare the body for what's going to be an epic meal ahead. So it's the perfect aperitif and perfect with appetizers because it pairs with just about any type of genre.
Okay, that's what I was going to ask, whether you have to go in a certain direction with this. It can do all-purpose appetizers.
It is absolutely perfect with anything.
All right, good
anything.
to know. All right,
yeah.
I like that one too. That's good.
So the next thing we move on to is salads. And salads can be a little bit tricky because obviously there's vegetables in there, but generally we put some type of vinegar-based dressing on that salad. And for that I like a also crisp, in other words, a dry wine that's a little bit light in its persona. And for that I picked Côte Basque. So Côte Basque is a Spanish rosé.
Okay.
And if you taste it, you'll notice a little bit of kind of almost like a citral presentation on it with a little bit of red berries around the edges. Really beautiful, and it will pair with quite a bit of different vinaigrette type of salads.
Oh, I like it. And I can totally see what you're saying about pairing it with a salad that has just a little bit of bite in the dressing.
Yes.
This would be very nice.
Yes.
Yeah, it's mild, it's pleasant. It would also just be nice on a Saturday afternoon, I might say.
With Ron's forecast, I think this Saturday afternoon.
This Saturday,
would be
maybe.
perfect.
Get yourself some of it. All right, what's next?
So now let's think about rich and savory soups. So tomato, squash, pumpkin, some of those fall creamy soups.
Right,
And for that we need a little bit of a creamy type of wine. And I always look to Chardonnay, something like this SEGHESIO Chardonnay. And these guys source both grapes from Napa and Sonoma County. Then it's put through an oaking process which gives it a buttery, toasty persona. So go ahead and give that a sip. You'll notice a little bit of kind of crisp apple flavors, a little bit of lemon, but also a buttery, toasty finish on it, which will go really well with those cream soups.
Yeah, definitely the buttery. You can absolutely taste that.
Yes.
And it makes total sense that you would pair it with those kind of soups.
Yeah.
Yeah, all right, no, that's another home run. I like that one too.
So on to the main course. Everybody's gonna have turkey. Well, most people are gonna have turkey this year.
Most people,
And I think most tables are best served by having a white wine and a red wine together. Now, turkey itself is a fairly delicate meat, so we don't want a real heavy wine, but also the things that surround it are quite savory. So we have to have the right wine for that application. And for the white, I picked a Riesling, and this Riesling is from the Mosel Valley of Germany and brought to us by Clean Slate Riesling. So if you give this a sip, you'll notice that it has a little bit of almost a lemon lime persona to it, but yet a little bit of honeysuckle around the edges. So now we're going to tap into some of those savory notes.
Right.
And also it has good acidity to cut through the things like the gravy.
Right. No, I totally get what you're talking about. I tasted the lemony and then like a honey kind of, like the sweetness. It's a nice combination.
Yeah, Riesling's beautiful because it has all those different attributes.
So you also have the red wine. So I mean, what do you serve with the turkey? Like, do you pick one or the other, or can you do either?
So in my house, some people like white, some people like red. So the Riesling, I think, is the right white wine to serve with turkey.
All right.
And this wine that I have comes to us from Sélection de la Honte, which is French, obviously.
That was good.
This comes to us, it was like your sous vide earlier.
No,
Perfect.
you did that much better, yeah.
So this comes to us from the small hamlet of Chinat in Beaujolais. So this is made from Gamay grapes, which are thin-skinned, lighter type of grapes. This is almost like a Pinot Noir. So you'll notice a little bit of plum and cherry type flavors, but with lighter tannins. we don't want to bowl over turkey with something like a Cabernet Sauvignon. It'd be too much.
Exactly, it would be too heavy, but this is lovely, I get it. All right, now let's move on. This is to be paired with dessert, right?
Correct. So let's think everything from fruit to cheesecake to creme brulee, even pumpkin pie, right?
Yeah.
So I picked for this one a Bartenura Moscato d'Asti. So Moscato is a grape that's native to northern Italy, and in the Asti province of Piemonte, they grow the finest Moscato in the world. So you'll notice this is done in a frizzante style, so it has a few bubbles, but nothing but beautiful dried apricot, a little bit of honeysuckle in there, and a little bit of a balanced acidity. So it's not just sweet, it has a little bit of a balance.
Well, that's what I was going to say. I mean, I think of Moscato and I think of almost sickeningly sweet. This is lovely.
Exactly.
Like, this really would pair quite well with it. All right. This was fun, Dave.
Yes.
I love it so much whenever you come to visit. We learn so much.
It's my pleasure, and I want to wish everybody happy Thanksgiving.
All right. Thank you, as always. And remember to drink responsibly. We've learned a lot. Thanks, Dave.